Some of the words that describe valor are noble and courageous and brave and heroic, fearless and bold. You can be a woman of valor when you recognize your own strengths. Strengths are those God-given talents that you have developed because you've performed them over and over again so that now you're really an expert in that area. In your everyday dealings with your family, with your friends, with your business, I know that you really display these qualities of valor. You are a woman who, picks up the phone to deal with those difficult situations. You're a woman who tackles those tasks that seem really large and unbeatable. You are a woman who faces the adversity in so many different situations. And you're a woman who has God on her side to give her the valor to do it all. So where does this valor come from? Well, it actually does come from your strengths, those God-given abilities that are really innate to you. So do you know your strengths? Do you know how God has designed you to show up in a way that will build your reputation as a God-centered businesswoman and entrepreneur? In this video, what I want to do is I really want to chat about how you can build your business reputation by, one, recognizing your strengths. So we're going to be going through what they actually are. Two, using those strengths really to lead your business and build that reputation. And three, giving those strengths back to God so that he can use them to create the business that is perfect for you. We'll also look at a biblical example in the Proverbs 31 woman because she really shows us what it means to be a woman of valor. How can you use your strengths to build a reputation for your God-centered business? What can the Proverbs 31 woman teach us? Let's find out. Join me. Hey, wise woman, this is DeneenTB, your Christian business growth strategist and clarity coach, bringing you another way to grow your faith so it fuels your business. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let me start today by explaining this actual last chapter of Proverbs, the last section of Proverbs 31. It is actually an acrostic poem that praises women, not prescribe their duties. I want to be very intentional with that. It was actually intended for Jewish men to memorize in praise of their women, the women in their lives, like their mothers and their sisters and their daughters and their friends and their colleagues and their wives. I love that the Proverbs 31 woman is really an example of valor. She's not an example of all the things that we should do. She's an example of how we should do it. Whether you have a business or you're in the home or both, you do it with valor. We are each such unique people with different gifts and talents, abilities and values and strengths. And each of us possesses the exact qualities of the Proverbs 31 woman by just, being who we are. Because you are enough. You are a woman of valor. So what is this connection between your strengths and the Proverbs 31 woman? How does it relate to your business reputation? Well, a strength-based approach means that you're working in your God-given design. So the reputation that you are building is actually authentic to you. Then we can look at the Proverbs 31 woman as an example of having a great reputation by the virtue of just what she does in that acrostic poem. But let's look at these strengths. Have you heard of the Clifton Strengths Finder before? Well, it's just another tool that I use in the Calling Clarity program to help you begin to discover how God has equipped you to really lead in your business and build that reputation. There are 34 of them called themes, and they fall into 4 separate categories. So as I go through them, I want you to look at the list. I want you to kind of identify the words that most resonate with you. And then you can see in which category or categories most of those strengths fall. Okay? So go ahead and get ready. The first is called the executing theme. Now, these people are the hardest working of all the bunch. They tend to get things done with speed and precision and accuracy. They put in the hard work now so that when it's time to move, they are ready. So putting ideas into action is the strength of this domain. So here are some of those characteristic words that you might find are you as well. They are achiever, arranger, belief, consistency, deliberative, discipline, focus, responsibility, and restorative. Now, make sure that you are picking the ones that are most like you, not the ones you want to be. That's really important as well. Second, we see what's called the influencing themes. These enable individuals or groups to sell the big ideas. They are able to take charge, they're able to speak up and be heard. They are really extremely helpful when you need to reach that broader audience or meet a bigger goal. This can happen both internally with the team that they work in or with their external clients. They tend to influence forward, so to speak. So some of these characteristic words are things like activator, command, communication, competition, maximizer, self-assurance, significance, and woo. Now, when we talk about woo, we're talking about charismatic. We're not talking about being woo-woo. So woo means charismatic. So did you see any of there? Did you write any of those down? The next category we have, or the third theme or group of themes, are the relationship building themes. Now, while certainly not the only themes that deal with people, because actually all of us deal with people, right? These themes have the innate ability to take that human component and bring that into the equation. They look to see how individuals fit into the bigger picture, and they can actually create pathways to help them thrive, whether they're individual or in a team. It makes really strong relational connections that bring a group together behind a cause or an idea to help one another, to be with each other. So some of these characteristic words are things like adaptability, developer, connectedness, empathy, harmony, includer, individualization, positivity, and relator. Did you see yourself in any of those? The fourth area are the strategic thinking themes. When a plan is needed, or we need to make a plan, or we need a new idea created to solve an actual problem, these themes can help accomplish that. Whether it's thinking into a current problem or actually just dreaming about how to overcome tomorrow's problems. The strategic thinking themes can take the thought or idea and they can look for the best way to really move it forward to provide a solution. So some of the characteristic words of this theme are analytical, context, futuristic, ideation, input, intellection, learner, and the actual word strategic. Okay. Did you write out your words? Where did most of your words fall? In the executive, the influencing, the relationship building, or the strategic? Now, I'd love to know that down in the comments. What did you discover about yourself just by doing this small exercise? Recognizing where you land is the first step to building your reputation, because God wants you to do things that are authentic to the way that he designed you. That means that you must be aware of your design. When you work in your design, you approach your business with more valor. You are willing to take on more difficult challenges, and that really builds your reputation as someone that really can be trusted to deliver the transformation that you're promising. Each category of these characteristics is actually unique. And your combination, to the degree that you have each of these characteristics, do you know what? No one who has ever existed has that combination exactly like you. You know, I just love it when God shows up in these social sciences to show us things that he's already told us in the Bible. You know, Psalm 139 verse 14 says, "Thank God for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it." Therefore, let's look at how each theme approaches the building of the reputation. How can you use the characteristics to authentically lead your business and build a great reputation for your God-centered business? Let's look at executing leaders first. They know how to make things happen. They implement the solutions. They work tirelessly to get it all done. Leading your business with this strength theme means that you have the ability to really catch an idea and then make it a reality. Did you have a lot of words in this theme? Your reputation is built on the actions you take and what you get done. You show the world that you can meet deadlines and that you can be really trusted to deliver on time. Use this theme to build your reputation of trustworthiness. I think that's the biggest word for them. Influencing leaders really are able to reach that broader audience, as we said. They are always selling their offer to those who need it. Leading your business with this strength means that you take charge, you speak up, and you make sure that others are heard. Was this where most of your words landed? Your reputation is built on showing your compassion for people and your belief in them. You look for ways to really bring out the best in those around you, and that's what people remember about you. So use this theme to build your reputation of compassion. The next theme are those relationship building leaders. These leaders are the essential glue that holds people together. Leading your business with this strength means that you have the unique ability to create groups, create organizations that are much greater than the sum of their parts. Did you find that most of your characteristics were in this theme? Your reputation really is built on providing stability for those around you. You are the trusted advisor, the one that can be counted on, and people always remember the way you made them feel. So you can use this theme to build a reputation of stability. The fourth one, that's strategic thinking. The strategic thinking leaders are the ones who keep focused on the what could be. Leading your business with this strength means that you're constantly absorbing and analyzing information to make better decisions. You are continually stretching your thinking into the future. Is this where most of your characteristics showed up? Your reputation is really built on creating hope for the future. You're a forward thinker that makes practical plans and then finds ways to execute them for yourself and for others. Use this theme to build a reputation for hope. So I actually hope that you've seen yourself in either 1, 2, or 3 of these themes. Is anyone balanced in all 4? That's what we strive for, right? Building your reputation really first takes recognizing them and then using them. The third thing that I want to help you think through today is about giving all of these strengths back to God. You know, what I noticed the most in studying the Proverbs 31 woman is that she does everything to benefit her sphere of influence. Each decision is to enhance her life and the lives of those in her circle. And as a Christian businesswoman and entrepreneur, we have many circles of influence. We are not called to be the Proverbs 31 woman because she's the ideal. She's not really the reality because she exemplifies all the parts of you, your physical, your mental, your moral, your spiritual, all those parts. She is actually the same wise woman described throughout all of Proverbs. Let's face it, not all of us have husbands. Not all of us are mothers. Not all of us work outside the home. Not all of us have sales businesses. None of us is exactly like the other. Yet we are all Proverbs 31 women. How? Because we fear God, and that's the beginning of wisdom. That is the woman of valor. Proverbs 9:10 tells us, fear of the Lord is the foundation of wisdom. Knowledge of the Holy One results in good judgment. So Do you see yourself as noble, courageous, brave, heroic, fearless, and bold? You can be a woman of valor when you recognize your own strengths. Use those strengths to build your God-centered business reputation and give back to God all that he has given to you by growing your faith, growing in your knowledge of him, because he's given you all of these strengths for a reason. He wants you to use them for his glory. The beauty of understanding your strengths is that you can really see the value in each person that you meet and each client that you have. Using your strengths allows you to show up as your best to serve those in your sphere of influence. You know, the Calling Clarity program gives you these tools that allows you to put into practice building the reputation that God wants for you. Discovering your strengths is really just one piece of the beautiful mosaic that includes all the parts of your life: your personality, your expertise, your experiences, your talents, your gifts, and your values. Learn more about what that mosaic looks like by clicking the link down in the description, and it will take you to one of my masterclasses, 3 Steps to Clarity. It really gives you a glimpse into the clarity that you can have to connect to God, to make better choices, and to serve him through your work and really build your reputation. This is DeneenTB. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like this video, comment about your own strengths, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, be filled to overflowing.